Good morning. It's Saturday, May 20th, 10:05 a.m. Central. We're about 85 minutes to post at Belmont, fast and firm. We're going to post a full breakdown and selections at Belmont. If you don't know me, my name's Dave. I'm the founder of Thorostat at Thorostat on Twitter, at Thorostat on Instagram, and at Thorostat on YouTube. Um, I post and have been posting for the last 11 plus years on Twitter mostly, and then sending pics to some lifetime members, but looking to post more content on YouTube and videos as well. And want to break down the full card for Belmont. We've posted videos about individual races on Preakness Day at Pimlico, as well as a full card breakdown, a late pick four. We're actually at post time, race two for Pimlico right now. I typically give a top four in selections, play them as an exacta and trifecta, play the top pick to win in place. You can play them however you want. These are just my recommendations. So definitely give us a like and a follow on YouTube. Subscribe so you can get notifications about our videos when we post them. I want to start doing them a little bit more in advance as well as live. So anything you all want to see, whether it's a specific ticket construction, individual races. Want to start doing lives as well for Saratoga and Delmar meet, but we'll dive into it and look at Belmont. I use Belmont Park. I use Stats Race Lens. I'm a NHC Tour player, so it definitely helps me with any angles as well as speed figures. If you've watched some of our other videos, I'm going to dive right in. I'm going to break down the race for you as well as listing out my top fours. And then I'm going to show you the total selections for the day in a Google Doc I have here. Um, Good luck today. They're going in the gate at Pimlico right now. If you haven't looked at the other videos, race two, we've got 6, 5, 3, and 2. The 6 is 9 to 2. This will probably post after the race goes off, but we're looking at Belmont race 1, 6.5 furlongs. Got some early speed here. Um, the five, the five's actually pretty fast early on. I'm gonna start the day with a long shot. I'm gonna go 5 Lars, 4 Dad's Good Runner, 1 Reunion Tour, and the 2 Star Attitude. I just think the early speed will favor here at Belmont in race 1. So we're gonna go with 5, 4, 1, and 2 in race 1. As we continue and continue to grow the channel, definitely let me know if there's specific sequences. Comment, tell us, give us some feedback on how we're doing. Race 2 is going to be 7 furlongs on the turf in the Paradise Creek. Looks like we've got some early speed here with the 9. I'll probably use the 9 underneath. Hey Eugene. I like Joey Freshwater on top. Got some late speed here. Morning line 6 to 1. I don't know if we'll get 6 to 1. I like the 8, Joey Freshwater, the 3, Inflation Nation, the 9, Hey Eugene, and the 4, Eyewitness. So we'll do our top 4 will be 8, 3, 9, and 4. We'll jump into race 3 here. There's actually 11 races, and at Laurel right now, Pimlico right now, race 2, they're off. The 3's the favorite, 9 to 5, be better. 6 is our top pick at 5 to 1. Mile and a 16th on the inner turf here at Belmont, race 3. There's some early speed here with the 5, eyes on target. Currently it's firm. It looks like it's a little cloudy in New York right now as well. Let's see, the 5. I'm going to jump into the PPs and see if there's any. I'm a big pedigree player when it comes to turf, especially long on the turf. And don't mind me, I'm watching race 2 at Pimlico as well. because we've given out picks for the entire day. All right. Sometimes stats is a little slower to load these fuller fields when it comes to these turf races. I'm going to dive into some pedigree looks real quick, just some triple checks. If the speed figures are pretty close, I tend to lean into pedigree plays a bit more, not just who the sire is, but also dam sire on the turf, as well as progeny performance. I'll dive into the dam's record with runners. I'm looking just high level for some names I typically look for. The 8 Lamb Biscuits out of Dreams of Fire, a Dynaformer mare. It's a mile and a 16th on the inner turf. Um, ran short first off the layoff and was reported as a gelding last race. I think I'm going to take the 8 on top. I'm going to look back at the Americane is also a Dynaformer sire out of a Tappet mare. Here is Healing. I like the 8 probably the most, just a quick glance at the pedigree. We'll see if the speed figures match up and what's going on there. I'm just going to remove these MTOs, main track onlys right now. The 8, 10 to 1, morning line. 99 is a class speed figure. 7 should be close to the favorite. I'm going to take 8 Lamb Biscuit on top as a long shot. The 8's going to be probably the long shot of the day just because of that pedigree. 8, 7, 5, and 9. Here, race 3 at Belmont. That's me just diving in, and when it's pretty close like that, no one's really above the class rating. I'm going to go strictly on the breeding I like to look for in turf races. It's typically what I'll do as well to look for price horses on the NHC circuit, whether it's a Friday player or in the NHC Championship in Vegas, because you got to kind of handicap 100 plus races a day um, each day of those weekends. So we're looking at Belmont race 4, 7, 7/8 on the main track. I'm going to take a peek at the weather in New York right now real quick, just because it looks pretty cloudy and overcast, and I just want to double check it's not going to rain halfway through the day, and then we're kind of screwed with what we've selected. And New York. If you don't have, yeah, it's gonna start pouring here in the next hour or so. So I'm going to show you another feature that I use in Race Lens, probably starting in race 4. Um, race 4 here, I'm going to start looking at some research with mud stats for dam sires and sires. Race 4, I'll still look at the speed figures here a bit, see if there's any like glaringly obvious. Typically when it's muddy, depending on how muddy it is and how the track is playing, just true speed tends to favor. So 5, 2, and 6 look like the choices here. I'm going to dive into Stats Race Lens and look at the dams. I've got a research angle saved here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into mud. And what this does is look at all the lifetime performances on wet dirt for the dam. And then you can dive into an individual horse. If you go in and hit show all, it'll actually show you the win in the money and ROIs for those dams and their entire progeny. Looks like the 4 and 6 have 20% wins in the money, the 7, and then the ROI is where you're going to look for too. The 3 has a positive ROI. So it looks like some combination of 3, 4, 6, and 7. I'm going to jump back here. I'll throw the 5 out. I'm going to do 4, 6, 3, and 7. Race 4 at Belmont. I'm just going to pop over, and I'm looking at Belmont right now just to see what the track is looking like. It looks a little chunky. Yep, it's muddy and firm now. I think they're going to try to run some of these turf races today on the turf. Race 2, I believe, still has the main track only's in it. I'm just going to play it as if it's still running on the turf. We're looking at race 5, mile claiming on the main track at Belmont. 3 has the fastest late speed in this route race. I'm just going to go back into the dam's performance in mud. We're just going to go straight mud handicapping today at Belmont. Um, and we're going to use the research angles in Stats Race Lens. Thanks, Stats. I use y'all pretty heavily here. We're going to hit show all. It's an angle for lifetime wet dirt for dams progeny. The 3 is on top in the win percentage column. The 5 is on top and in the money. And the 3, 2, and 1 are positive ROIs. 3, 2, and 1 positive ROI. And the 5 has been in the money 3/4 of the time. So with that said, the 1's out. It's the only issue with stats when it comes to the research. It doesn't scratch out any scratches on the research column, so you got to kind of jump back and forth. The 1 scratch, I'm going to do 3, 5, and 2. I'm just going to give a top 3 just because of the scratch. 3, 5, 2 is going to be my top for race 5. Race 6 here at Belmont is 6 furlongs on the inner turf. They seem to all be in the race still, and they seem to be running on the turf. All right, we're gonna dive in. The entries seem to be pretty favorable here, both running equally with their speed figures. I'm going to see if I have a sire wet turf angle in my research, because I think this race will still be run on the turf. It may be good. It may be yielding. I don't know how chunky they're going to get this turf at Belmont leading into Belmont Stakes weekend in a couple weekends. But let's see what we got here. We don't have one. We're going to make an angle. Sometimes this does not like to perform. We're going to do modify on the sires, and we're going to make a turf angle, sprints, all starters, surface is turf, course doesn't matter. We'll do wet turf, save as. We'll do sire wet turf. This will look back through all the sires, progeny as well. Sire wet turf. We'll apply that angle. We'll hit show all. Now we're going to sort. The 14, I do not think is in this race still. In race 6, we're going to jump to it. 14 is out. The 10 is also out. The 12 is in. And the 2 is also in. So as you can see here, last 5 years, wet turf sprints. Based off of the win percentage, 12, 2, and 7 are tops. Let's look at in the money. 9, 9 and 3, 9 still in it, 3 and 7. So 7's been consistent there. And then the ROI we're going to look at. Who's got a positive ROI? 14 and 10 are out. 9 still running. Here's that 2 again. 9-2, there's the 3. I think we're going to do 9-2, 3-7 in some combination. That's how quickly you can make a research angle. I went pretty quickly. I can do some other videos of how to do those later on. But we're trying to handicap this with 70 minutes left before Belmont starts. I'm just going to nix the 11. Let's just beat the 11. I like the 9, 2, 3, and 7. I am going to put the 9 on top just because of the positive ROI. 3, 7, and then over to the 2. The 9 will be my top pick in race 6, and the 9 is mostly harmless, devilly, quick power nap, and free shot. We're going to jump to race 7. We're 69 minutes to first post at Belmont today. We're going to jump in race 7, maiden special, 7/8 of a mile. The 6 has some late speed here. The 4 and the 7 I think will hang on. These 7/8 on the dirt typically run closer to a route race than they do a sprint. So I like the mid to late speeds here and just total speed. I'm going to go 6, Seize the City, 7, 4, Freud Main, and 8. I'm going to jump in real quick and look at the dam again. The dam mud stats. I've already got a dam angle saved here. Lifetime wet turf. If I hit show all on this angle instead of just the individual horse, I can go in and see the win percentages. 5 and 4, 7 and 6 and 2 there. And the 4 and 5 are the tops. I think the thing that interests me the most are going to be let's see. I'm going to still go 6, 6, 4, 7, 8 in that order. 6 will be my top pick. 4, 7, and 8. The 4 only because if you look back, the 4 had a little bit better of the dam progeny stats on lifetime wet turf. Sorry, for some reason stats is not loading. We'll jump back in to Belmont. And we'll get to race 8. Just double check race 7. Yep, we'll do 6 Seize the City over Freud Main, the 4 over Rafua, and then Union Trail. So 6, 4, 7, 8 in race 7. Race 8, 6 furlong allowance. We're going to jump into the sire mud stats for this allowance. And this is the sire stats in the mud this year. We're about almost 5 full months into the year. Past year, dirt sprints, 5 and 1. Nope. Actually, here we go. Sire stats. Past 5 years on wet dirt. We got 2 and 3 and 5 on top. 2, 3, 5. 3 has a little bit slightly less negative ROI. See what that looks like. We'll, because it's a short field, we'll only do 3. We'll do 2 over the 3 Royal Poppy and over the 5 Amaretti. So we'll do 2, 3, and 5. Race 9. We are looking at 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. It should be raining its ass off at this point. Let me look. Let me just double check. Yep, it's going to be raining most of the rest of the day in New York. Just based off of the pure speed figures, we got 6, 2, 3, and 5. Let's just dive into the damn mud progeny stats here. Six, 2, 3, and 5. We're at the top based off of the late speed. Sometimes stats will act up, so you've got to refresh it. We're going to jump back in to Belmont. Race 8 was 6, 2, 3, and 5 that we liked based off of the speed figures. We're going to go into the research here. All right, stats seems to be acting up right now. So we're just going to go back and use the true odds for this race. Not sure what's going on, why that keeps doing that. It's a busy day, obviously, at Pimlico. Try one more time. Race 9. We like the 6, 2, 3, and 5 based off of speed figures. One last time. If we can't get in there, we're just going to go with 6 as the top pick, True Empress. Let's try one last time here to get into the research tab of Belmont Park, race 9. All right, I'm going to call that a loss and a wash. 6, 2, 3, 5. 6 will be our top pick, True Empress. Belmont, race 10. And it seems still to be muddy. They claim it to be firm. Race 10, I don't know if they'll probably still run on the turf at Belmont. 7/8 on the turf. Allowance optional, claiming. I'm going to handicap this as if it's going to stay on soft turf. The 4, 5, 6, and 12 seem to be running pretty close, if not above. I don't know if the 5 can hang on, especially if this turf is going to get soft if they stay on it. I do like, as I mentioned, the 4, 5, 6, and 12 as my tops I haven't selected the order yet. I'm going to see if we can get this turf angle to load in stats. We're going to open it. As you saw a couple races ago, we made a soft turf angle for sprints, sire, wet turf. Just take a peek and see if we can have anything that stands out between the 4, 5, 6, and 12 to help us pick a top pick in race 10. The second to last race here at Belmont on Saturday, May 20th. Win percentages, we got the 12 on top. In the money, 12, 1, and 12, 8, 6, and 5 right here. Okay, so we're going to jump back in. I think the 12 is a safe bet over the 6. Over the 5 and over the 4. The 12 will be our top pick. Secret rules. If it comes off the turf, which it may. Let's see if the 15 was an MTO or just an also eligible. If this is off the turf, just nix. I would say the entire race. But if this 15 is an MTO, you might as well just play the MTO. Main track only is what it's called. Or if it's off the turf, just pass. I don't think it'll happen because it's the big race for the day. Last race, maiden special, final race, race 11, 1 mile on the dirt, main track. I'm gonna really just dive into the dam stats on the wet surface, just to see if we can steal some money here and get a long shot in this last race. Is there anyone scratched at Belmont race 11? Let's take a peek at that real quick too. The 1 and the 4, 1, 3, 4 scratched. The 9 dam has a 29% win percentage on lifetime wet surface. The 1 and the 1 scratch, 7 and 9 are back there again. See if we can get some sire stats to load here. I know we had an issue a couple minutes ago. And we'll dive into sire mud. All right. Yeah, stats is having some issues here this morning, not loading. So I think we're gonna go whenever this decides to load with the 9 on top right up over the 7. The 1, 3, and 4 scratch, so we're not gonna mess with those. We'll see if we can do a hard refresh of stats here again. Apologies for not being able to show you those angles. We will work on that for the next video, which will probably be tomorrow on Sunday. Let us know what tracks you want us to look at, specific races. Follow us on Twitter at Therostat. Follow us on Instagram at Therostat, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, also at Therostat. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, it's not really cooperating today. Let's get this going. Apologies. All right. We will wrap this up. A lot more hiccups than I thought there would be today. Belmont, final race of the day, race 11. Apologies again, everybody. Race 11. We will go with a 9 on top of the 7. Let's see what Equibase is doing. It's struggling. Nine seven, wait 4, race 3, 8759, race 4, 4637, race 5, because there were scratches, 3 5 and 2, race 6, 9 3 7 and 2, race 7, Belmont, 6 4 7 8, race 8, 2 3 and 5, race 9, 6 2 3 and 5, race 10 on the turf if it stays there, which I hope it does, 12 6 5 and 4, and currently race 11 we've got 9 and 7. And we're trying to get stats to load to get one last horse at the very least. All right, try to get one more horse here using stats, race lens. Should be muddy by race 11. We're loading. We're just going to keep it as 9-7. I like the 9 on top. So unfortunately, we're just going to keep race 11 with the 9 and the 7. And if there's any updates, we will attach a comment on the YouTube video. Thanks again. We'll try to work on Monmouth. I wasn't expecting this many hiccups with Belmont this morning. Follow us on YouTube at Therostat. Follow us on Instagram at Therostat, and give us a follow on Twitter at Therostat. I'm going to continue to put out full card selections as well as individual races and also individual sequence plays. If anyone likes pick 4s, pick 5s, or anything like that, I typically, the max I'll play is a pick 4. But give us a follow, give us some feedback. I want to keep putting these types of videos out for y'all. So let's have a great Preakness day. Let's enjoy Belmont, and let's hit some races, and good luck.